We're going to war. Breaking. House approves aid package for Israel, but not for Ukraine. And we see just how the U.S. became Israel's closest ally. Plus, Biden is getting squeezed over the Israel and Palestinian cause, but will it cost him the White House? He's cutting checks to these other countries like they're his side chick or something, or maybe baby mamas or something, and it will cost you and I, the American people, more and more each and every day. Yes, our taxes are going up for sure. And we are going to war, my friends. So buckle up and get ready. Hey, it's Kevin, and the House has approved a $14.5 billion military aid package for Israel, led by the new Speaker, Mike Johnson, in a partisan move that challenges Democrats and President Biden. The package departs from traditional bipartisan support for Israel and requires offsetting cuts in government spending. The bill, opposed by some Democrats, falls far short of Biden's request for $106 billion, which would have also supported Ukraine, countered China, and addressed border security. And the White House has warned that the bill's approach sets a dangerous precedent by requiring emergency funds to come from cuts elsewhere, like possibly the Social Security Administration or EBT, SNAP and food stamps, or any future needed relief, like after a devastating disaster in Lahaina or East Palestine, Ohio, or stimulus aid and support for struggling U.S. citizens facing eviction and foreclosure, food shortages, and food insecurities, job layoffs, and unemployment. The Senate is expected to reject the House bill and work on its own bipartisan aid package for Israel, Ukraine, and other issues. And we are just getting started here, folks. This one is going to be a long and very expensive fight. And I'm going to explain exactly how they are going to charge you for it all. Please hit the like button if you enjoy this type of information and informative content and knowledge. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is power. And to see more of these videos. So to put it simply, war costs the United States citizens a substantial amount of money due to various factors, including military spending, development of advanced weaponry and equipment, personnel costs, operations and maintenance of military facilities, procurement and research, overseas operations, veterans benefits, debt interest, economic impacts, and humanitarian aid and reconstruction. These expenses result in a significant financial burden, impacting the economy and potentially diverting funds from critical areas like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. The financial consequences of war are long-lasting and can contribute to the national debt, affecting citizens through taxes, reduced government services, and, of course, inflation. And we are witnessing this play out in real time. The United States and Israel have long history of close ties, with the U.S. providing significant diplomatic, financial, and military support to Israel. Despite occasional political differences, this relationship remains strong, especially during times of conflict like the recent war in Gaza. What's the old saying? You only call me when you want something? But either way, the U.S. has reaffirmed its unwavering support for Israel during the Gaza war, with President Joe Biden and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken expressing their solidarity. The U.S. has consistently provided military aid to Israel, totaling $158 billion since World War II. While Israel has become more self-sufficient in its military capabilities since, the aid demonstrates the U.S.'s enduring support for Israel, even in the face of global criticism regarding its treatment of Palestinians. The strong U.S.-Israel relationship has historical and strategic roots. It was cemented during and after the 1967 Six-Day War, when Israel's military prowess became evident. The U.S. has continued to provide financial and military assistance, further advancing Israel's capabilities. The strategic importance of Israel in the Middle East, its shared values, and its role in maintaining regional stability have solidified the alliance. Now, while the U.S. public has traditionally shown strong support for Israel, public opinion is shifting, particularly among Democrats. Some argue that the moral and financial costs of the U.S.-Israel relationship do not justify unconditional support. However, U.S. policymakers view the alliance as strategically necessary even when disagreements arise. U.S. aid to Israel has played a role in past conflicts, with some weapons potentially used in war crimes, while human rights groups call for the suspension of military assistance in response to such actions. The U.S. continues to provide aid. During the Gaza war, the U.S. is expected to authorize additional funding for Israel, but it may be tied to other issues, potentially delaying its passage in Congress like we are seeing here now. The show of U.S. support for Israel may deter potential regional actors from escalating the conflict, but could also generate anti-U.S. sentiment in the Middle East as the world witnesses the impact of Israeli military operations, and likely promote similar crimes to happen here in America on U.S. soil. So be careful out there, because things are going to get worse, or maybe just for the time being, since President Joe Biden is facing pressure from various groups within his own party regarding his stance on the Israel-Hamas conflict. Some are urging him to support Israel strongly, while others are concerned about the Palestinian people's plight. And a statement from Arab, Muslim, and progressive groups suggests that some voters won't support Biden in the 2024 election unless he changes his stance on Israel's actions in Gaza. Polls show a decline in support for Biden among Democrats and Arab Americans since the recent conflict has begun and has gotten underway, which has caused division within the Democratic Party. And the article also discusses the shifting sympathies of Democrats regarding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and its potential impact on Biden's political future. Now, Biden acknowledges the complexity of the issue, but emphasizes Hamas as a terrorist organization. And Biden said he thoroughly understands the emotions, both on the Palestinian side of this argument and on the Jewish side of the argument. This is incredibly complicated for the Israelis, and it's incredibly complicated for the Muslim world as well. And Biden then said, but folks, the fact of the matter is that they are a terrorist organization, a flat out terrorist organization, end quote. So I don't know. What do you guys think? And how do you see this having an impact on Biden's chances of becoming or being reelected for a second term as president? And what impacts do you think this will all have on our daily lives right here in America, home of the brave and land of the free, the same land that they are trying to strip us of our money, our freedoms, our rights, our privacies, and our firearms? And don't get me started on stripping men of their God-given truths of being real men and not transitioning and becoming women. But we'll save that for another time on another video. I wish I could play Jason Aldean's song, Try That in a Small Town, without getting a strike from YouTube, but they won't let me do it. We really need some good old-fashioned red-blooded American conservatism and an administration with the balls and a spine to make this country great again. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your likes and new subscribers for joining in this fight and quest for the truth. I hope you're all getting prepared, and until next time, remember, you're watching Kevin.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence, but I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow, all the fake fans gon' pop.